What's going on, my YouTube family? God, I love doing that, saying that intro, even though it's crappy. So I got the car at 8 this morning, or no, after 8 this morning. Got to work by like 9:30, so I was like a half an hour late, but that's alright, my boss knew what was going on. I'll have to show you guys the car. I mean, it's a car. It gets me from point A to point B. It's not a bad car. It's like my first like legitimate driving a four-door vehicle. I never really drove four-door vehicles in the past before, unless it was like a family's for like, a second. But yeah, it's a Chevy Sonic. I was originally supposed to have something different. I don't remember what it was, but the person was driving somebody somewhere, and so they were gonna be a little late. And then the guy was like, "Oh well, he's age restricted." And the lady's like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, how old are you?" And I was like, "I'm 22." And he's like, "Yeah, he can only have certain vehicles." So, due to my age, I can only have certain vehicles. And anyways, this woman was supposed to have the car that I'm in, and she said that it's not as clean as what she expected, or something. And I was like, and then I walked out and told my mom, I was like, "Oh, it looks like this is the car I'm gonna have." She's like, "Well, you better make sure they don't get you, because there's already a dink or whatever inside of the side of the car," which there is. And they're like, "Oh, that doesn't count against you. We already know who did that, so they've been charged already. It's just there. They haven't fixed it." And so, anyways, the lady, like, I went to go at, my mom was like, "Why didn't the other lady want the car?" So I asked her, and she was like I said, just not as clean. And I'm like, she goes, "Your car's cleaner than that," which it is. And they were also talking about how this car is not as nice as mine either, so. But yeah, so anyways, I'll show you guys the car in a bit. I gotta head to the second job. Pretty much working, chilling, maybe going to the gym later. That's what my day consists of. So, also, if you haven't already, go watch the last two vlogs that were uploaded, the car crash video and then the 4th of July Disney video. They're both really good. Go watch them. I also have a sneaker video that I'm going to be uploading soon too, as soon as I can later on this evening. So I'll let you know when that's been posted. But yeah, I'll just talk to you guys later on. So yeah. Okay, so I'm back. See what time it is. It's 8:36. Today went by really fast. I guess I just want to take the time to talk about a few things. One, my car. Two, the rental. And then three, some sneakers that are coming out really soon here. And we'll get to that in a bit here. So basically, my car got towed today. The guy came shortly after I got home. My mom and my dad parked the car outside, and they were like, "Okay, the guy's gonna be here in a bit. Just make sure you can go out and talk to him if you need to." I was like, "Okay." So the guy pulled up and was like, "Oh, I'm here to." He got in the car. The key was already in the ignition. So I was like, "Oh yeah, just go ahead." So he did his thing. He put it on the tow truck, and then I was like, "Oh, here the paperwork, for insurance or whatever." And he was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll just stick it in the glove box, or I'll have it sitting with your paperwork." And he was like, "Everything's all set." He's like, "Your car will be taken care of, don't worry." He's like, "Everything's gonna be, paid for." He's like, "Since it wasn't your fault, yada yada yada." And I was like, "Yeah, thank you, appreciate it." And then he was like, well, I'm gonna take it today, but he's like, by the time I get there, they're already gonna be closed, so they won't look at it till tomorrow. I was like, yeah, okay, I figured. So anyways, I shook hands with the guy. He was like, well, anyways, have a nice day, and they should call either me or my dad tomorrow with some information for us, which is good. So anyways, I went inside, I was talking to my mom. My mom was like, yeah, you might be stuck with that rental for probably longer than what you think. I'm like, what do you mean? I said, I'm only thinking I'm going to have you for the weekend and then maybe Monday top. She was like, no, you could probably have it all week. I'm like, well, great. Not that it's a bad thing. The car's pretty nice. I'll go out and show you the rental that I got. It runs pretty nice. I mean, it's a car. It's a basic sedan. I mean, there's really not too much to it. The only thing is I'm not used to having a long car. I mean, the car I have is just longer than what I'm used to. So it was like when I was backing out or, you know, going around something, I just had to make sure it went a little wider than what I normally would go. Because, I mean, I drive a Beetle, so it's not like, it's a smaller car. It's a more compact of a car. It's only 2 doors, so now I'm driving a 4-door vehicle. So it's a little bit different. I do like it, though. The only thing I'm really bummed about is, like, I came home from California, obviously, you guys know that. And I was driving my mom's BMW around. She has a full-size, or no, I think it's a full-size SUV or standard-size SUV. It's an X3, so I got so used to driving that all around before they got back, and then I drove my car not even a whole freaking day before it got smashed, unfortunately. So it's like I was getting used to getting back in my car again, and then I get in this car crash, and now I'm starting to get used to this car that I'm driving. So it's like a lot of flip-flopping cars. For those of you who, you know, are constantly driving or constantly in the car, it's like, you know, you get so used to your car and then you drive somebody else's car and like it throws you all off. So it's like, either way, the car's nice. So yeah, I might have it longer than what I expected. But anyways, I'll go out and show you the car right now. So, in 3, 2, 1, you'll see the car. Voila, there's the car. It's a Chevy Sonic. Obviously, there's the Chevy symbol. Like I said, it's a pretty basic car. Sorry if it's like, you know, the lighting's terrible. I kind of waited too long to like. Hi, Mother. Talk about the rental car that I got. I don't know. So yeah, it's like I said, it's a basic car. Nothing special to it. You know, interior is pretty nice. Obviously, y'all can't really see it. The door's locked, so I probably should pull it in the garage, but you know, I'm too lazy. But yeah, anyway, so that's the car. Nothing special to it. Okay, so now that I've talked about the car, you guys have seen the car. Like I said, I'm gonna talk about some sneakers that Adidas is getting ready to have some upcoming releases. But it's just some stuff that I'm like interested in getting. So the first thing on the list is the gray prime knit NMD R1. They're actually releasing what it looks like to be is a few different types of colorways. They're also doing a like a light blue, but it's the France one is returns. It says that one's that one's further in August, but the gray one is coming soon. Let's see. What's next on the list? Next one on the list is the Run Through Time. I don't know. Boost God's talked about it. He got a sample pair. He said he was definitely gonna cop. It's a must cop for him. That one releases next week, is what they're saying. I don't know a whole lot about the whole like Run Through Time thing. It's a pack, so there's like a bunch of different sneakers being released for that one, for that whole pack. Let's see. Next on the list of things that I, you know, am kind of interested in is the NMDR one, the Japan in triple black. Now they talked about this before, and when it was originally going to be released, it was going to be all black, and then they did something else. So things have changed a couple of times. There's been similar stuff released before, but this is the Japan version, so it's, you know, or what they were called like city something. it was a little bit different than what people are calling it. Next one on the list that I was looking at, this is all on sneaker news, by the way, so if you guys are interested in looking at like future releases for you know, Adidas, Nike, Jordan, and a bunch of other places, sneaker news is definitely the place to go. I'm not, you know, this is not a paid advertisement whatsoever. I'll put that right here. Not a paid advertisement, but it's kind of where I go, and a lot of sneaker YouTubers go to like look at upcoming drops that unless they get tagged in something on social media. Another thing that's going to be released is another NMDR1, the Red Apple, but it's a 2.0. Okay, so I've heard a couple people, like including Teddy, aka Booscad, just watching one of his videos talking about it, and he's like, I'm definitely going to cop just to compare it, but he's like, they've already released something similar in the past. They already released a Red Apple before. I never bought it. Obviously, you guys know I didn't buy it, or else I would have done a video on it. Personally, I've had red sneakers before, and like, I wasn't a huge fan of them. I thought they looked like some clown shoes on my feet one time, but I don't know, it being more of a sneaker instead of, it was a Janowski that I had, so it was, you know, they just looked like some big clown shoes, and I ended up giving them to a friend because he needed a pair of shoes, and I felt like the need to give them away. So sometimes you do nice things for people, and me giving them my shoes that I barely wore, that I wasn't super interested in, it was something nice that I did. Anyways, though, back to the sneakers. So yeah, they've released an NMD Red Apple in the past. I don't have a picture that I'll post. I don't have a picture. I'll post the one that's going to be, you know, released. But that's coming. Or that's coming. It doesn't say when. I'm not quite sure exactly when it's being released. It looks like quite a few different colorways are going to be released. 2.0 wise. Oh, it's saying, it all says it's summer 2017. It's not giving a legitimate release date. But there is also a black one. There's also another crazy colored one, so I don't really know what to describe that color. It was like a tan with like an orange and stuff in it, but yeah, so I don't know, I'm excited about it. I'm curious to see how much different it's going to be from the other one that was originally released, and Teddy will do a review on it. So to move down to a little bit further down the list, this is a sneaker I'm really excited, I'm pretty excited about. I haven't copped any of the other ones yet, but I did see quite a few of the versions in California, like the ones that had already been released, and I really wanted them, but I wasn't able to buy them. Like I said, I was only able to get like one sneaker in California, but it's the NMD CS2. It's returning July 13th, so mark your calendars for that. It's a completely different colorway, glitch pattern to it. I mean, I think it's really cool. It's going to be retailed at $180, so that's not too bad. I mean, I don't have any CS2s, NMD. I don't have a second version of the NMD. I only have the R1. I don't have any R2s. I probably won't be able to cop anytime soon. They'll probably sell really fast. Another thing that people have talked about already, several sneakerheads out there, several people who are crazy on social media when it comes to Instagram that have talked about this shoe. The Yeezy Boost 350 V2, the dark green colorway that, you know, if you guys watched like the Yeezy fashion show when it showed all those new Yeezys that have not been released yet, the dark green one, the one that looks like a swampy kind of color, I guess, or like a muddy green or whatever, the release was canceled. I'm not sure exactly why, but like I said, a lot of accounts have already talked about it. Yeezy Busta, I know he talked about it. I guess a YouTuber and people that also know him, he was on Vine. His like name on Instagram is like Lance 210 or something, or 210. I don't exactly know the right name to go by on that one. You have to look him up. But somebody sent him like basically the shoe, everybody tagged Yeezy Busta in it. He looked at it, and the Lance guy already knew it was a fake right off the bat because they haven't been released. Somebody sent, like I said, somebody sent it to him, and they're like, "Hey, can you, give me a shout out or whatever?" Like I said, he already knew it was or he was more than positive it was a fake, which it was. But yeah, for some reason they canceled the release. Although it looks like they're saying there's no explanation as to why they changed and decided they're not going to be dropping it. They said to stay tuned. That they just postponed They just postponed it. I guess it's not like it's canceled for right now. There's no actual release date if it's ever going to come out. But you know, you can only release so many things at one time, I guess. Next on my list of things that I was looking at, where did it go? Hold on one second. So the last sneaker that I had looked at on my list was the Ultra Boost laceless pairs. Looks like they're calling it Oreo with a burnt orange. I don't know. There's other colorways apparently that are possibly being released or something. I don't really know the whole spiel on it. But yeah, it's a laceless pair. It looks pretty interesting. I don't know how I feel about the whole like design layout of the how it looks laceless wise. I don't know exactly when it's being released. It doesn't say. Hold on a second. I'm reading for more real quick. Oh, August 1st is actually when it's supposedly gonna be released. So yeah, couple interesting sneakers that I'm looking at. Another thing, quick thing. Okay, so my camera's getting ready to die. I'm gonna try and make this quick. Another one that, okay, it's not necessarily a sneaker, it's a slide, but they're talking about releasing, and I don't know when the hell this is gonna happen or if it's really truly gonna happen. But they're talking about releasing Boost slides. Now I'm gonna I'll have a picture in one of the corners here or whatever, part of my face here, regardless. But yeah, I saw them on Instagram, I screenshot, so yeah, I just figured I would talk about them real quick. They look really cool. I already have a pair of slides, but if they do happen to release anytime soon, I would consider, trying them out to see if I actually like them. So, but yeah. So, I mean, you guys probably can go type in Boost slides on Instagram and find them just as easy as I did. But yeah, so that's it for the sneakers that I was interested in. That's like 7 of them right there. Like I said, if you want to go check out more upcoming releases and stuff that's, that you're interested in maybe as a collector, definitely go to Sneaker News. I mean, like I said, they have anything from Nike, Jordan to Adidas, and I normally just go there to look at Adidas stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, this is it for the night. So I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.